right, you've made it to the end. Congratulations. This is our last module. In this last module, what I want to do is introduce you to some of the most influential yoga gurus throughout the world, especially in the development of modern yoga. So we're going to look at yoga in different ways during this section, because there's different ways that yoga is not only practiced, but also the way it's perceived. So in this module, we're going to begin by looking at Swami Vivekananda, the person who brought Hinduism to the West, also someone who heavily emphasized the Bhagavad Gita, and therefore emphasized the idea of yoga. So he talked about different forms of yoga that we saw in the Gita. That's knowledge yoga, action yoga, and bhakti yoga, but he also introduces Raja Yoga, or the secret yoga that helps the body even transform more. And he incorporates a lot of the ideas that was part of masculine Christianity and the physical culture movement. Next, we're going to look at T. Krishnamacharya and his disciples, Pattabhi Jois and B.K.S. Iyengar, because this is school out of Mysore, actually the place to where I do my own research. This has been the most influential for worldwide or global yoga, with Krishnamacharya's students spreading it throughout the world through Iyengar yoga and Ashtanga yoga. So as we learn about the history and the development of this, and keep in mind sort of the developments that we learned about in Module 3, because Krishnamacharya, Pattabhi Jois, and B.K.S. Iyengar are very much interested in the shaping of the body, using the body to actually be able to become healthier, but also spiritual healthier. And lastly, the last guru that we're going to look at is Swami Narayana, which is a large religious movement which emphasizes the idea of bhakti to God through bhakti, or devotion to the guru. And so this form, we'll notice that just like we saw in the Gita, there's actually no physical postures being done, but it's all about spiritual development. So with Swami Narayana, we really bring the class full circle back to this question of, is yoga religious? And we'll be able to think more broadly through all of these different gurus, how it's religious, how it's an exercise, how it's therapeutic, how it's a spiritual thing. So as you think about your final paper, keep all these questions in mind and try to synthesize all of these different yoga journals into a broader paper that really questions this idea of what is yoga. Is it religious? Is it spiritual? Is it exercise? Is it all three, or can it be all three? But within this module, you also have another yoga journal that you need to work on. And in this, we're actually going to watch a video that shows us sort of the primary foundational moves within Ashtanga. So as we go through this, think primarily about T. Krishnamacharya and Pattabhi Jois, since they're within the lineage of Ashtanga, but also reflect back on the previous modules and think about how this incorporates things from the physical culture movement and masculine Christianity. Think about how it compares to classical yoga from the second module, and also think about how it compares to the yoga of Krishna and the Bhagavad Gita.